Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you very much for joining me on this Wellness Wednesday. These are the days where I release all of the episodes for the Elemental Evan podcast. So thanks very much for tuning in today, and I'm excited to have you here. Today we will be showing a little love to all of the ladies out there because today's episode is going to be about the menstrual cycle and best times to work out. Super excited to share this information with all of you. It's a topic I've actually wanted to cover for a while now, so I'm really excited to be covering this today. Before I jump into today's episode though, I did want to put a little preface out there and just mention that, overall I will be, kind of putting a general description and terms on the menstrual cycle. And of course, everyone's body is unique. And so if these do not match up with you perfectly, then, don't be alarmed or anything. Your body is unique and might not function on the perfect 1 to 28 day menstrual cycle, right? So take everything with a grain of salt here, and also just really understand that no one knows your body better than you. Regardless of all the information I could possibly give to you, your body is so unique and specific to you that really only you can understand what is best for your body. So just remember that your body is always speaking to you. It is always giving you feedback from the food you put into your body, to the people you hang out with, to your sleep cycle, to everything your body has being input into it. It is also giving a response back to you. And it's important for us to really actually listen to our bodies, and that way we can know what is truly best for us. So for example, if throughout this show you hear some advice that you don't agree with, maybe you feel more active at a certain time in your cycle than what I'm telling you, please disregard my information. You know your body absolutely best and way better than I could ever possibly know. So please, use your own intuition and understanding of your body to make the best choices for you. Because my goal here on this show is literally just to provide you with information, health and wellness information that you can apply to your life to make the best decisions possible for yourself. But of course, you know your body best, so go off of that. Now, one last thing before we jump into the show is I wanted to talk a little bit about someone that I've partnered with and have been partnered with for a while now, and that is Organifi. And they have this incredible powdered formula for really helping to balance hormones. And so this is something that my fiance loves. She will drink this pretty much every time she is on her moon days. And it has things like shatavari and stinging nettle, things that are really good at balancing the hormones as well. It tastes like hot chocolate. So it's really just perfect for your moon days. And it's a really, really delicious drink. That is very comforting at the least. So if you want to get some of this Harmony blend, then please go ahead and check out Organifi. They're linked in the show notes, and you get a 20% discount code just for being a listener to this show. That's my thank you to all of you. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into today's episode, and really to understand the times that are best to work out for our menstrual cycle. It is important for us to actually know a general idea of, how we can break down the menstrual cycle, right, into days and phases. So overall, there's going to be two main kind of categories, and then within each of those, they're broken down into two as well. So a total of 4 phases, and it really starts off with day 1 through 7, which is going to be the beginning of your follicular phase. And day 1 is marked by the first day of your period, right? So the first day of your moon days, when you actually start your period, that is day 1, and then goes through to day 7, which would be the follicular phase. Now, at this time, estrogen is rising and progesterone is low. Really quickly, there are other hormones that are, in the body doing many different things, and I'm not going to cover all of them. I'm just going to cover 2, and that's estrogen and progesterone, just for matters of keeping it kind of easy for this episode. And so then moving on into the second part of the follicular phase, we have days 7 through 14, which estrogen will still be high and progesterone is still low. And on day 14 is roughly when ovulation should occur. But now we're going to take a break. So basically days 1 through 14 were the follicular phase. And this is really the ideal time, right? Just going based off of a general stance here, for you to work out. So at this time, being that estrogen is dominant, what's happening is you are more insulin sensitive, meaning you can handle carbs better at this time. You are less likely to store fat because of estrogen's effect on a fat storing hormone that's abbreviated as LPL. Yeah, LPL. And also you are going to be better equipped at, you're going to be more resilient to cortisol, which is very important for intense workouts, right? Because a workout is stress on the body. It is putting stress on the body. So you can have elevated levels of cortisol during a workout, which is really good for you to be resilient towards that and be able to push through and have a really hardcore workout. So yes, this is going to be the time in which you would want to have, CrossFit workouts, the boot camp workouts, lifting really heavy weights, maybe setting a personal record. This is definitely going to be the time in which you would want to do that. So the first 1 through 14 days is going to be the time in general in which you would want to really go and hit those workouts really hard. Now, moving on to the second portion, which is going to be the luteal phase. So starting at day 14, which right after ovulation, so a couple days for ovulation, then you will enter into this luteal phase from days, let's say 16 to 21, right? At this time, both your estrogen and your progesterone are high. Then moving in to days 21 through 28, this is going to be the late luteal phase or even the premenstrual phase. In this phase, both progesterone and estrogen are high. So this is the time in your cycle in which you will be less insulin sensitive, less able to handle higher levels of cortisol. You're going to be more likely to have a higher appetite or cravings. And essentially, you're just going to want to take it a little bit easier with your body. Now, this isn't an excuse to just get out of all workouts, right? But it is a time for us to recognize that it's okay to take it a little bit slower. It's okay to do something that's more nurturing to the body and to really just, take it back a little bit. Understand that the body is going through something at this moment in time and to not beat yourself up over it. So something that's really good is, you can focus on going for a walk, maybe a nice little bike ride, or even a yoga class, right? Maybe a very calm, passive yoga class, like a yin yoga class, where you're primarily just doing deep stretches for an extended period of time. These are going to be excellent workouts for this period in time. And they would be the kind of workouts that you would want to focus on as opposed to really going after it and getting after it really intensely, right? Let some time pass, and then once you get back into your follicular phase, then you can go ahead and get after those crazy workouts again. And one last note that I wanted to touch on was if you are doing yoga as a workout, one thing coming from the yogic perspective is that if you are on your moon days, you do want to stay away from inverting yourself. So as best you can, try not to do any handstands or headstands or anything like that. Essentially just getting the hips over the head. The reason for this is, from the yogic perspective, is simply that you want the flow of your body kind of moving in a downward motion. And obviously if you're on your moon days, this would be good. You want, obviously, your things are leaving your body. So we want that motion and movement to be going downwards as opposed to the other direction. That was just a quick little side note I felt was interesting to throw in there. And so that's pretty much going to be the best way to work out with your cycle, or even just hopefully give you a better idea of, maybe you're in a workout and you're not doing your best, performing your best, you're just feeling off. And this can be, an opportunity for you to reflect on this episode and realize like, hey, you know what? I'm actually in my luteal phase, and maybe that's why I'm having this brain fog and just not really feeling the motivation or whatever it may be. So like I said, my goal here is to just provide you with information, the best information possible to help you perform at your best and make the best decisions for yourself. So hopefully you really enjoyed this. I appreciate all of your listenership. If you aren't subscribed on whatever platform you're listening to this on, then please do so. I'm on all podcast platforms as well as YouTube. So I have the video version of most of the episodes up on YouTube if you would like to see that. And yeah, please subscribe, leave any ratings or reviews that you possibly can. I'd love to see that. And feel free to connect with me as well on Instagram. That's where I'm most active, I would say, at elemental_Evan. And connect with me. Tell me what you want to hear more of and what you like or didn't like. And yeah, that way I can have some feedback and provide the best quality episodes possible to all of you. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. You know the motto of the show, it's do everything with good intentions and connect to your elements. Peace.